What is going on, everyone? I picked up my very first quad. This is the 2008 Polaris Sportsman 500 Touring. I wanted to go with a little bit cheaper, which is there was one I was going for. It was a Suzuki. I can't even remember. It's a 250cc, but my wife is not very comfortable with driving all by herself, so I pick up this one. So it will be two-seater. Now, I honestly think that I paid a little too much for it, but this is what I have going on now. I cleaned out the air box and the air filter, which I found out that the mount or the connector right over here broke off. So I attached this brass fitting to, I think this is for the breather for the fuel tank. I'm not too familiar with it, but that's what I think it is. That and then the filter that came with was quite dirty. So this one here was filthy. So I got that part right there, get ready to put back, and then I noticed that the fuel tank was leaking fuel. So what I did is I soldered the seam, because it seems to be coming from the front and on the side. So I welded it with a soldering gun, and then I applied some epoxy, which is a putty, to make sure that the leak is not coming from the seam and it's coming from the top. My second guess that the fuel is coming from the top, and the seal that was on the fuel pump was not sealing correctly. So this is what I have now. And then while it was out, I've noticed that when I'm driving around, it gets really hot over here on this side. So I thought I would purchase I can't remember what them it's called. But anyway, it's the heat wrap. So it's coming in, but it's not here yet. But I will wrap this exhaust right over here to minimize the heat that's coming through there. And also, I've noticed that there's heat fiber. What is it called? Man, I'm drawing up a blank right now. But anyway, there's a heat protection right over here on this side and behind the fender well right over there. So I'm going to wrap this all the way to the back. And then I've also noticed that the exhaust was rusted up. So what I'm going to do is I actually started this yesterday to sand this down, and I'm going to paint it with the high heat paint, so that it will stop all this rusting. I mean, we're here in Vegas. It's not so bad over here. It only rains so much, and we don't have snow really or any salt on the road, but of course it looks nasty. So to prevent this from eating up this metal, I'm going to sand this down, and then I'm going to paint it. Also, I ordered the seat. Should be coming here in a few days. That, and then the seat right over there. So with that being said, I mean, it looks pretty good when, yeah, it's a mess over here. When I got it, so it doesn't look too bad. It's just that I think I paid a little too much for it. I mean, on this side of the state, as we don't have as much of outdoor, ATVing and all that stuff, the ATVs cost a little bit more than it is like on the east side of the nation, of the state. But it is what it is. It's what I paid for. I think it's okay deal. It wasn't the best deal, but I think it's okay. Also, the wiring right over here had too much wiring. This is all the wiring that came from there. So I cut that off. Then I spliced it and made it shorter, so that this connector right here goes under the fender. That I think it was a bad location, because if you have it under the fender, all the rocks and everything else will be kicked up right up underneath there, and that it would cause some problems. I wish he put a switch right over here, somewhere right over here on the top, so away from the fender. But I'll figure it out once I'm all done putting this back together. So that's what I have going on, and yeah. What else? Everything else works. The winch works. The lights works. I'm not too sure about the headlights. When I got this, I really don't have any idea what to look for. I mean, I watched some of the YouTube videos, but I mean, I can only do so much. It seems to be in pretty good condition. All the boots are intact. It looks like all the joints and everything else have been greased, and it looks to be in pretty good condition. But I think the guy had it outside, so the sun that we have here is really intense. So that probably caused some of the plastic to warp and all that. But other than that, I'm gonna go start working on this, and then I'm waiting for the heat wrap to come in, and then I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I can't remove this thing without removing the fender. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this the hard way, by just basically wrapping this while it's still on there. So I'm gonna do a little at a time, and I'm sure I can get this thing wrapped with no problem. It's just gonna take some time, and working my way through the small space right there. So that is that, and then after that should be it. I think one more issue that I have, I think, is the when I started this, I'm not too sure if you guys know, when I started this quad, the very first minute or so, when I press on or push on the accelerator right here, it seems to bug down a little bit. But if after it started for about a minute, it revved just fine. But I'm not too sure what's causing that. I mean, maybe it needs adjustment. I'm not too sure, but it seems to bug down a little bit as soon as I start it and then press on this lever right here. It seems to bug down. So if you guys know what is causing that, please let me know. I'm still trying to look for the damn carburetor. I'm not. Where is the damn thing? Is this one even equipped with one? Because I can't find it anywhere. Is it this one? No. It's pretty much intact over here. So air intake is right over here. This is the carburetor? I think this is what it is. But yeah. Yeah, let me know in a comment, because I really have no idea what I'm looking at here. And then yeah, while we're at it, I guess I'm gonna have to remove the spark plug there and take a look at it and see how it's the condition of it. I mean, I have a little bit of idea of what's most of the mechanical parts, but I'm not very familiar with the quad. So all right, if you guys give me any tips or advice, let me know in the comment below. All right, and then I'll have another video when I have this thing put together and up and running. Okay, y'all have a good one. Bye.